Hey, this is Ronald from Math University, and I've received quite a few questions about how to do a few different things on bass guitar with MuseScore 4.5. What I want to do is give you a few tips if you're a bass guitar player and you're just learning how to tab. I have a playlist on that. To get started, just click on New Tab. And then here, if I have a normal 4-string bass, just type in bass, guitar, and add tablature. However, if you have a 5-string, then what you want to do is go over to the left under Family, String plucked. Now you'll see more options for a 5-string guitar. If you want a 5-string, just add it right here, but we could choose both. Now we have both a 4-string bass and a 5-string bass. If I click next, I can title my score here. I can preset my key and time signatures, my tempo, and my measures. Oh, let's go ahead and click done. As you can see, now we have a 5-string bass and a 4-string bass. Of course, we're not going to keep both. Let's go over here to layout, go over here to the left, go to layout, and see I have a 4 and a 5-string bass, and we can just delete that one. Now we just have a 4-string bass. What I normally do here is I'll hold shift and I'll select this, press Control or Command plus delete to delete that. I have just one line here. It keeps it simple. Hold Control or Command again and scroll up and make this larger. We can left click in here and add text. If I want to set this bass guitar up, I'm going to go over here to where I see the little play button, click on that. Then go down here to tablature 4 lines, click on the tool icon. The first thing I want to do here is go down and create a linked staff. Now we have our linked staff there. Now I'll go back up to tablature 4 lines and change the tablature 4-string simple to standard. Then click on the tablature link 4 lines and change that to 4-string simple. Now if I go up here and start tabbing, clicking on the pencil here or pressing the letter N as in Nancy, if I wanted to make this a ghost note, there's different ways you can do it. What I would do though is just delete this note. Now I have a rest. I would left click on that rest, press Control or Command plus T as in Tom, and then I'll type in X. And now I can grab that X and bring it down to my line where I want that X. Sometimes that will happen. So if I click on this and click on this, if I go over to layout, click on this, and I'll click on this. Staff spacer fixed down. So now these are connected. I can bring this back up and then take my X and put that X in place wherever it's supposed to be. That's the way I bring in ghost notes. And of course, as you play this back, you're going to ghost it out. And normally if I do a tablature for a bass song, I'll play this back, record it on OBS, and then I'll make changes also inside DaVinci Resolve. I have a video on how I tab Money by Pink Floyd, and I'll link that below. So I have this X. So now I'm into really properties. If I go over here and click on this X, I can change how big that X is. You can change the color, the appearance. I can make it red. I use the palette size to work on different layouts. Someone also asked me how would they create, say, a slide. If I'm trying to slide between here and here. One way I've done a slide is to use a slur. Go to Palettes and Articulations. Hold Control or Command, click on 3, and then click on 4. Grab your slur and bring it up to the top. And you see how it's going to automatically snap to those two. But then I can grab it and straighten it out so it looks more like a slide. Then what you would do is click on the number 3 again, Control or Command plus T as in Tom, and then type in S, or you can type slide. Now if that's too big, click on the text, go up to Properties, come down to font size. Let's make this an 8. And that's what you would have. And what I can do here is something slick. I'll click on the 4. I'll press Control or Command T again as in Tom. G for ghost note. Then I'll move that over the X. Change the font size to an 8. But there you have it. So there's your slide and there's your ghost note. But that's how I would do a ghost note and a slide. Before you start tabbing, you may have an 8th, an 8th, and a 16th. I would start with the 16th, and that way you'll get the 16th rest. Then I'll press the letter N as in Nancy, and now I can actually start putting in the 8th notes. If I start with 8th notes, I can easily start changing to a half note because sometimes you have to do that. For example, press N again, If I go over here, I'll hit that eighth note in D, press N, click on that in D, and change it to a quarter note. I can't go the other way though. It's hard to go backwards. Also, if I want to add more lines here, I'll press Control or Command plus B as in boy to start adding more to this. Sometimes too, in between here, I may have different tempos. So say this is that and this is faster. I can click on this, go over here to tempo. These are eighth notes and a quarter note, so I'll just make it eighth notes. Now I'll have that tempo inside here, and I can make it faster. Okay, I think that'll do it for the day. If there's anything you'd like to see me do, let me know. Leave any comments, tips, or suggestions below. If you like this content, please like, share, and subscribe to let me know. Thank you for watching, and I'm wishing you and yours the very best in 2025. Peace.